Thief is the heir to one of the most influential and pure stealth game series of classical PC gaming, embody the role of a master thief who seems to be an odd combination between a silent, almost invisible badass ninja and a petty thief whose kleptomania pushes him to take everything of value around him. Sounds like the building blocks for an interesting collectathon if you ask me. However, stealth is something that can be hard to properly pull off with a weak computer. Well, not for long. This is the LowSpecGamer, where we like to downgrade thieves so much you will end up thinking we're playing the original game. So, forget about coherent graphics and decent effects, because we're going to make this game run.
It's about taking in the loot.
These are the default settings for Thief on the launcher. It starts with Full HD on a normal preset with the expected results. Hard to be stealthy when the world is moving like a slideshow. We change the preset to the lowest. As for resolution, this game has its fair amount of options, but here's a little tip. If you run the game on window mode, you can resize the screen to any resolution you want. If you're aiming for something specific, you need to open the registry edit by searching regedit, and in your current user, check for software, Eidos Montreal, Thief, graphics, and you set up your resolution under user window height and user window width. Just be sure to input your resolution with decimal and not hexadecimal. Even on this reduced resolution, I seem to get an average of a little over 20 FPS, and we can do better than that. First, we have a bit of an odd tip that can be useful if you have a 64-bit computer. This game ships with a 32-bit and a 64-bit version, and for some reason the 32-bit version runs slightly better on the low-end CPUs. You can enable the 32-bit version on the options of the game's launcher. Now, for the rest. Thief is an Unreal Engine 3 game, which is appropriate considering the last of the old Thief games was the one to change the series to Unreal Engine 2. That's today's unnecessary piece of trivia. Thankfully, this is not one of those locked down Unreal Engine 3 games, and we can actually play quite a bit with the configuration files. The user configuration file is located at Program Files 86, Steam, Steam Apps, Common, Thief, Thief Game, config, and the user configuration file is called thiefengine.ini. Now, the first group of tweaks is for people starting a new game. If you already started the game with these settings on, the save file will crash. Don't say that I didn't warn you. Look for a variable called BUseBackgroundLevelStreaming and turn it to false. And then search for usePriorityStreaming and turn it to false. Finally, search only streaming textures and set it to true. Remember, once again, do not change those variables if you're loading an existing save file. Now, for the stuff everyone can do, go to the System Settings area where we can disable decals. Be careful about dynamic lights. The game needs that for the entire hiding in shadow system, so you may need to keep it on, unless you want to cheat. You can disable dynamic shadows for a boost. Just be aware it may make it hard to realize where the hiding shadows are, and other types of shadows and light seem to be okay to disable, but leave directional light maps on, or many of the game's surfaces will be solid black. Disable motion blur, depth of field, bloom, distortion, speed tree leaves and fronts, lens flares and fog volumes, and reduce detail mode to 0. Tweak the remaining shadow sizes if you want. Finally, look for this section with the texture fade speed and reduce the MIP fade speed to 0 for a small boost. And now, to finish, the infamous texture groups. Thankfully, on this game they all have the same size, so reducing the texture level of detail to a minimum is as easy as replacing all instances of max LOD size 4096 to the same variable but 1. The only instance of minimum LOD size being different is this guy over here, which you can change quite easily. This will reduce the game to its absolute minimum, with some consequences as you're about to see. Let's see what the world brings us today.
The Madam's chambers would be a good place to start. If I don't spoil the mood in here, I could fill my pockets too.
This is exactly what I think it is, isn't it?
Is an improvement.
You're so...
This is brilliant. Yo, you see me? Now you don't. Beautiful. But I know there's a guard coming. Okay, I need to be really careful here. There's so many guards. I'm in light, I'm being seen.
Intruder!
Nope. Okay, I'm going to learn from that experience. That is not going to happen again. This guy doesn't move. Can I take him, like, from the side?
It's going on forever.
Nope. Didn't work. Retreat. It's really hard for me to make any commentary on games that introduce an element or are completely based around stealth, like this one.
They put in the sloop.
But that is because I feel that if I talk, I'm gonna get discovered. Well, there you go. See? Yes, so that level of detail and no dynamic shadows make it a bit too hard to figure out where the hiding spots are. However, you can easily play with the detail level by replacing all instances of max LOD size from 1 to 10. You can experiment with bigger numbers if you like. Shut up, bird. Let's see what I can steal from here. An ashtray. Oh yes, the greatest treasure. This is a beautiful bedroom. What secrets lie in it? Ooh. Come on, let's see. What a beautiful painting. It must have a switch hidden somewhere. This was not my intention. But I haven't...
Let's see what's worth hiding in this house of whispers.
But I didn't open the chest. Okay. Very important rule of game design. Let players know when you're crossing a point of no return.
I'll find this hidden passage.
Pinch my nipples a bit, would you?
Yep. Well, this is perfect for those with a low resolution port fetish. I'm pretty sure that exists. I am the terror that wanders these open streets of the city. I am a ninja in the darkness. You cannot hear me, you cannot see me. I have powers beyond your comprehension. I shall use them, all of them, to steal this fork, this knife and this fork. Oh god. That is all for this episode. It has been a while since I have played a pure stealth game and I'm actually quite enjoying it. And this is an excellent segue to this edition of the LowSpecGamer giveaway. Oh, for results of last week's giveaway, please check my Twitter account. I needed just a little bit more time to pick the winner. For this week, the question is simple. Stealth or direct action? What kind of gamer are you? We once again have two prizes this week. The first is a Steam copy of Frozen Synapse Prime. For this one, send me your answers over Twitter or YouTube comments. Second, there is a region-logged Steam copy of Die Hard Dungeon, logged to these countries. If you apply, go to the Steam group and leave your answers in the appropriate discussion. Let's get this year going. See you on the next video.